I've been in the Renaissance Youth since the very beginning. Minus 2 years where I ducked out to go to England. I'm Mitch Martines. I went to Summit High School. I just graduated in the spring. And next year, or in a week, I'll be going to Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. One thing I intend to try to do when I go to college is find a community that is similar to Renaissance, or at least a community where I feel that my spiritual growth will further as it has over the last few years. There wasn't a large Christian community at my high school. There weren't that many outspoken Christians. I was one of the very few. But being able to have a home where my faith is kind of tested every day and pushed further, that was a big way for me to grow, and it was very important to me. Elevate itself, as a service designed for the youth, it steps away from the large upstairs church, and it kind of makes everything more personal, and it's more relatable for me and for younger kids. Fun. Elevate is just a fun time. Besides the games and just being around other kids your age who also want to have fun, the messages are fun. The activities are fun. The music's fun. It's just a fun time. And then once you leave Sunday morning, there's more fun to be had Wednesday nights or Sunday nights throughout the school year. It's just fun. If you're not looking for other kids your age who are also testing their faith and who are also testing their faith, you're going to struggle to find kids that are going to be outright and outspoken about their faith. It was exciting being around people who were my age, my sense of humor, my group, that were also testing their faith in the same way that I was. I was lucky to find a mentor in Lance who tested me and pushed me further. Giving my time in volunteer work with the junior high age group, the reason I went and sought that out and tried to become more of a leading role in the church was because I thought it was just a really cool way that people were giving up their time and committing time to God. And the second I did it, I felt closer to God. I felt closer to people who were strong in their faith. And I realized that was a place that I should spend time. And I realized that was a place where I knew that I would benefit. If I had to pass on a message to people still in the Elevate that are younger than me, it would be just to keep on keeping on. It's not an easy thing to grow in your faith. I'm so far away from where I need to be and where I want to be, but just keep on taking big strides and keep on just testing yourself and looking to the kids in your age group, kids a little bit older than you, kids a little younger than you, who you know can test you. Because in the church there's not going to be any judging, there's not going to be any putting down. If you want to have a real conversation with someone, step out and do it, and it'll end well. Starting in around May, me, Joe, Lance, Jacob Connolly, and Levi Glick decided to work our way through one of the Gospels, John. And throughout that time spent, there were a lot of just great memories, a lot of fun had, but also a lot of very serious conversations and a lot of serious understandings and large strides taken. So I suggest people who have not found an age group or a group that they want to be around to look out and find a couple guys that you're interested in reading the Bible with or just talking about life with, and then find a group leader, someone maybe a few years older than you, or an adult, and see if you can get something going like that, because it's a very, very beneficial time. That where I am now and where I need to be is this track, is this mindset, is this faith that our church, Renaissance, as well as the youth ministry here at Elevate has set up. A lot of people will worry that a relationship with the Creator or something along those lines, or however it's spoken, is a one-sided relationship, a relationship where you don't find a conversation or a two-sided argument or conversation or whatever it is in a faith with Christ. But so many times I've searched for an answer, and although He's not reaching down and showing me a scribbled note or just hearing His voice, there are so many ways that He's answered my prayers and my questions. So pray, 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 and eventually your prayers will be answered whether you like them or not, the answer. And read your Bible. Plug in, just open the chapters, you know. Open up to a gospel, open up to any verse, and you'll find something that has some kind of value. Maybe if it's not in your life or not your time right now, flip the page again and find something that you know that you can relate to. I've had difficulties that I've wanted to get through. My relationship with God, my relationship with leaders such as Joe, Nate, or Lance have helped me so much. I've gone to them in times where I felt really low, I felt really down, and no matter what, even if the answer isn't one that I wanted to hear, especially from Lance, he's always there to tell me the thing that's right rather than what I want to hear, which is so aggravating sometimes, but having that in my life was unbelievably huge. If I had one key advice to give besides pray and read your Bible, it would be to find someone who you can call your accountability partner. Even if you're not theirs, you need someone in your life who will check up on you and will be real with you, and you can tell your entirety of your story, and they will be able to not judge you, and they will be able to give you at least what you guys can both agree on is the right choice. Even if at the time you don't think it's the right choice. Someone who's a couple years older than you, a lot of years older than you, it's important. Elevate over the last year and a half has led me to the understanding that the faith that I've found is the right one, and I have no doubt in that. So when I step outside of Elevate and I go to college next year, and after that, after my 4 years, I'll find a job or whatever it is that I continue, I know that this last year and a half has set me solidly knowing that my faith is correct. Outside of just the small community that we live in, there are other people who have the same belief as us and the same desire to be around their Creator and God. So stepping outside of, or when I go off to college, I have a little bit of nervousness in I'm not going to be in my safety blanket of Renaissance, but I know that if I step out and I look for it, I pursue another group or another, just an individual who I can talk to, who I can put my hand, like rest my beliefs in. I know that just that will be extremely beneficial, and I also know that when I come home, I know where to go.